color correction gig. And so everything on the timeline that's purple is done. Everything that's blue needs to be turned purple is the goal here. And last time I was on, I took a massive break after I ate something and was chilling, watching a movie or whatever. So now I'm back to finish this. But that's the way it goes. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so the only shots I have left to color correct are Sharon's over the shoulders. The main issue is going to just be the highlights that are blown out. I'm not going to try and fix them because the camera that we shot with was just did not have the dynamic range to capture the highlights properly. So all I'm focused on is just the subjects, and potentially I'll look at a vignette, which might help a little bit, but that's it. After that, I'm moving on to the short film. Okay, so first of all, let's get our reference points up. The art of color correction is all about getting all your clips to match visually in terms of how bright or dark it is, that's the exposure, and how the colors are matching as well. Here I can see that Sharon's jacket, darker here, lighter here. So the exposure between these two different shots is different. So what I'm going to try to do is get it to match. Let's mess with the exposure dial first. Oops, look at that. Everything goes up with that. So I'm going to see if I can bring the highlights down. So it looks like I'm seeing more exposure or contrast in the left shot versus the right. So this will help a little bit. Let's do a before and after. Oops. So when I add this is contrast. This is no contrast. Contrast 0. Contrast plus 30. Jacket gets a little lighter with plus 38 contrast, okay? So I'm gonna have to push the highlights a little more. Actually, let's see if I can push these whites down just a bit. Because that's in highlights as well. Can I bring up the jacket? Actually, I can. I can go specifically to a color with the tone of the color. So let's see if I can brighten just the color of her jacket. I need another fixed point so I can. This is some fine tuning. There we go. Not bad, eh? Okay, now let me see if I gotta look at the streets, sidewalk, and make sure that those are matching as far as being blown out, because they look awful. Actually, during using this, I can probably just control that as well. Let me see how much. Your curves are where you would normally do some primary color correction as well. See right here? So I could take the highlights specifically and mess with those. In order to not affect my shadows or midtones, I would place a dot on the line that will not move. Otherwise, the program is going to try to compensate for what you do by doing the opposite on the other end of the dot you place. So this helps a little bit. It helps to a degree. But there's a point where it's diminishing returns. So I only like to push this a tiny, tiny bit. See it before and after. And what we got to ask ourselves is, none of this is ideal, but is it passable? Is it acceptable? What looks best? This is with the Luma correction, and this is before. I think before looks better. You got to go with what looks best, and some of that, a lot of times it just comes down to eyeballing it. Okay. Another thing I could have done was just go to this one and just darken the pink. But I'm looking at her face here, and I want to make sure her face is going to match every other shot. I'm someone who does not have an eye for skin tones, really. I'm not good at that. So the best I can do is look at other shots and just see how far off it is, or if it's far off at all. There is a face tone feature in here. I think that's just simple as a button click. Let me double check and see if I'm if I can find it real quick. So there's a face detection here. Let me see what this does. Oh. Well, it makes some changes with the face in mind, is what it does. I'm gonna have to not worry too much about the face right now. Okay, so I got the jacket pretty much where I want it to be. Now let me just evaluate the overall exposure of the shot. I think it can be a little darker now that I was able to, because all of this was really just for the jacket. So I can bring it back down a little bit. One good improvement on this system would be, this here is selected for this window, but I can't see easily what the settings are for this window here. So it'd be nice if I can compare to just see, is it different or is it the same because they have the same settings on the back end, or is it just the shot was shot differently, or if it's something else. But that would be a nice improvement, I think. I think the face is okay. So now that I have that, I can go ahead and safely apply the same settings to everything else. So before I do, I just have to make sure that I'm satisfied with the other part of this frame. So she's good. The jacket is matching. Now I got to look at the shadows on Tanaya on the left side here and just make sure that I'm not doing anything different as far as color or anything like that. So if I take the shadows and lift them a little bit, let's see if that, I think that'll look a little better if I bring the shadows up just a bit. It's affecting Sharon a little bit too. Just a slight increase. 8.6 should be fine. It's not really that important. Now looking at the shoulder, I'm looking shoulder to shoulder here. If I really want to be accurate, I'm saying there's a tad bit of blue in here, it doesn't do that. big deal. I'm just perfectionist. It's not a big deal at all, really. I shouldn't even be fucking with it. But at least you can see what's possible here. So I'm just gonna undo what I just did. There's no point in me messing with that. Looks fine without it. Okay. So let's continue the comparison. So I think it's useful to compare Sharon's over the shoulder with Tanaya's over the shoulder and just make sure that we're on the same par. Looking over her shoulder, am I seeing the same level of brightness, basically? You can easily compare the color of the concrete here to the other and you just kind of see how far off you are. So I'm a little off as far as, if I look at the table, darker on Tanaya's side versus here, that kind of tells me the kind of contrast that went into this shot versus the other. Things just show up differently on concrete. I don't know if I really care to match the concrete color though. I care more about the jacket, jacket to jacket, and skin to skin. I think we're close enough, so I'm just going to take that as a win, and let's just carry it on through. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this as done with the violet color. Move on to my next undone clip, which would be labeled blue. So everything that's not purple is not uniform. Everything that's purple are clips that I've gotten to match in terms of the levels and color. So now that I have the settings, I can just paste this onto this clip. Oops. Maybe I have to go back and get those settings actually. That's what I want. So now I'm going to track this over to over the shoulder that was done. You know what? Better to just find out what number it is. It's 29. Okay, 29, I found it. Okay. So now I'm looking at 29 to this one stacks on top of this. Let's do before and after. There we go. That's better. Mark that one done. Let's go here. Probably paste it perfectly. Yep. Now the outer side. Let's go here. Let's paste it on top. Before and after. Yep. Let's label that. Done. Alright, now the last few clips. Okay. So let's see if I paste this on, what that does. Okay, the jacket is brightened. Before and after. So the jacket is matching. Is there anything else that can be improved about this frame? Probably take the highlights down. Do this, I'm making new settings for the other clips. This means it's going to be a little different. So I want that exposure to go up just a bit. I don't want to mess with that jacket too much, to be honest with you. Bring the whites out just a bit. What was I before? It was a -11. Not much of a difference. Not a real noticeable difference. Keep the 6.2. Okay, let's. Alright, so now I got to take those settings and I'll paste them on the I don't really need it. Alright, I think I'm done. Ooh, how about the last frame? So I think that's all I need to do here. Take one last look before we render it out. Play it full quality. It's probably gonna skip a little bit. So this is half quality here.
Wow, it sure turned out to be a nice day now that the rain stopped.
Yeah.
You really look like a smart kid. Do well in school? Yeah. Because maybe you could help me. I need to unlock my grandson's phone. He's getting into a bit of trouble at school. We think he's trying to score a black market vape pen. And do you think you could help? First unlock it?
No, I'm sorry. I'm studying right now. I don't have time.
Take the stream. Do 1/4 quality. Let's see if this helps.
Well, how about if I give you a few dollars? What do you say? Really help me.
I'm gonna need more money than that.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, because I'm in a hurry. How about if I give you everything I got? How about if I give you everything I got? That's all my money. And to sweeten it, some cookies. They're good cookies. They're like blueberries. They got a nice crunch. Very satisfying.
Okay.
Okay, because I need that done. So you look like a nice smart kid. Like you'll know exactly what to do. Exactly. You are one smart kid. I got to tell you, that's amazing. That's amazing. So how long do you think it'll take altogether? Do you have an ETA, an estimated time of arrival?
It'll be done when it's done.
Sure. But I can't thank you enough. I mean, this is really helpful because my grandson, we think he's trying to get a black market vape pen, and that's not good. So we're trying to get into his phone to see what he's up to. And I said, you know what? Let me go and see if I can get someone to unlock it. I bet you I can find a nice smart kid somewhere. He'll have that unlocked. Too sweet. And then I can get back to my daughter and put an end to this nonsense. Just put an end to it. Dumb kid. My daughter's just worried sick. This idiot kid with the black market vape pen. I mean, what's he thinking? 15 years old. Dope. I mean, I'm telling you, my grandson, my daughter and I. Oh, did you get it? Did you get it? Did you? What's this? What's this screen? What
It
the
has
hell?
the new update, and I think it's permanently.
What new update? What?
I don't know. Your son got the new update, so it's working.
Whoa! What did you do to my phone? I gave you money. I gave you cookies.
You can go to T-Mobile and they can unlock it.
Yep, for money. I want my money back.
You're not getting your money back.
I better get my cookies back.
You ain't getting that either.
Oh, you incompetent imbecile. Oh, you fool. You fool. Yeah. Hey, police. Hey.
Cool. Alright, so I guess I just slap on the TFN logo and call it a day, eh? Alright, that concludes color correction for the Hack My Phone scene. We are wrapped on that.